Hey guys, it's Austin Angler here, and I think this is going to be one of the most important videos that you watch today if you're interested in Ethereum and Coinbase and what happened during the crash. Now, we're going to talk about Coinbase and how I believe that they're trying to cover their own asses, and I want to also talk about the Ethereum network and the issues that are currently arising with the Ethereum network. Now, Coinbase has a blog out there that says that some big whale sold $30 million worth of Ethereum on their exchange. Well, I don't believe that that's true. First of all, a large investor like that doesn't sell all at once. Even if they started way back when Ethereum started, they don't sell all at once. You don't see any of the large executives or any rich person for that matter sell all of their shares of any stock all at once, because they know that it would tank the stock price immediately and they wouldn't get as good of price as they would if they just sold it off in blocks. So why didn't that seller sell off in $1 million blocks? At least if they were selling $30 million worth. Now, why I also want to bring to a point is we saw the price and we have the trade history in front of us, and everybody can go look that up. Is it went from $74 on the downside to 10 cents. Why does it go from $74 to 10 cents, you should ask yourself. You're telling me that nobody else had limit orders in there for $5, for $10, for $20 to $50? I think that is crazy. We see it go from $74 to 10 cents. That is a computer issue. That is a Coinbase problem, and that was on their exchange. Now, we went through this in the stock market with Facebook when it IPO'd. I'm not sure how many people actually followed Facebook's IPO or tried to buy Facebook when it did IPO, but the Nasdaq had a network issue as well, which bogged down, which Zero Hedge is, and a lot of other very intelligent people are saying that the Ethereum network bogged down. So nobody really knows what's going on. But this also happened with Facebook, and it took them about 2, maybe 3 weeks to figure out what actually went on, but Coinbase has a magical answer in one day and they say everything worked perfectly. No, that's just to cover their own asses right now, because they have hundreds, if not thousands, of emails coming from people that think that they should get their money back because they basically lost everything, especially those that had margin on and got sold out at 191, 171. I know people, I've talked to people that had that happen to them, and yeah, that is unfortunate and they probably shouldn't have been on margin. But I think there was also something else behind that, and Coinbase doesn't want to admit it right now, because otherwise they would owe people probably hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, I also want to get back to that Facebook issue, because I worked as a broker during that time, and I was the one answering calls from people wondering where their shares were. Why didn't their transactions go through? Why did they get this price and not this price? Well, we called our trading desk, and our trading desks didn't have answers because the Nasdaq didn't have answers. And the SEC didn't even have answers. And nobody still fully knows, but Nasdaq said it was a network issue. And a lot of people did get their money back. A lot of people that lost a lot of money did get their money back during that. And I think Coinbase is probably trying to cover that up. I know that my brokerage firm lost over $60 million in the Facebook IPO. So that's just on the Facebook IPO. This, I don't know how large it would be, but I know that it would probably take Coinbase out of business if they admitted something like that. Now, let's go over what a lot of other intelligent people think that made this crash. And they think that the Status ICO and the Civics ICO, I believe is what it's called, bogged the Ethereum network down so transactions couldn't go through. Well, they're still having issues with the Ethereum network being bogged down, and people aren't able to even send their Ethereum from Coinbase, say, to Kraken or any external wallet right now because it's still so bogged down. Now that brings me to raise one other point. if Ethereum's already having these issues of network bogging and scalability, and they're 1/10 basically the size of Bitcoin in transaction count, then and Bitcoin is having scalability issues and they're fixing it, what has Ethereum got to look forward to? Ethereum's got to change. Ethereum was supposed to be something very flexible and easy and scalable and not have all the issues that Bitcoin has. Well, we're seeing it live right now in this last crash. What's going on? So I don't believe Coinbase's blog, first of all, and you can hate all you want or you can believe their blog all you want, but wouldn't it make sense that they're covering their own asses so that they don't owe a ton of people millions of dollars? And I hear about one guy making millions of dollars off of this, one trader having their order in at 10 cents and $1. I don't believe that. You have to believe that other traders had limit orders in at $10, $20, $50. I know people that had limit orders in at $250 that didn't get filled. Why didn't they get filled but the 10-cent order did? There's a lot of questions here. There's a lot of dark matter. There's a lot of fishy things going on right now with Coinbase and Ethereum, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. And so don't jump into one blog and just believe that that's the answer and that's the end of it and everybody else is wrong. Keep an open mind is all I'm asking for all my viewers. And if you like this video, like it. If you have a comment, feel free to comment. I'll try to answer you, and definitely subscribe because I want to keep people informed. That's my only goal. So I appreciate you guys for watching the video. Like I said, like, comment, or subscribe to this video, and thanks, and have a good night.